Is there still a gap between the Huawei Mate X7's camera and Candy Bar flagships? What upgrades does it have compared to the previous generation? How does Huawei once again define the benchmark for foldable screens? What does the Huawei Mate X7 Collector's Edition use? I'll tell you. First, the Collector's Edition weighs 236 grams. The thickness is 4.5 millimeters when unfolded and 9.5 millimeters when folded. It's lighter and thinner than the previous generation, and the weight difference in particular is very noticeable. Yet the battery has increased from 5,200 milliamp hours to 5,600 milliamp hours. The purple vegan leather makes a return after the Huawei Mate X5. The lens module has simpler lines than the previous generation, paired with a silver frame. Purple, yeah, it's really elegant. Both the inner and outer screens are slightly larger than the previous generation. The Collector's Edition's outer screen uses second generation Xuanwu tempered Kunlun glass, while the inner screen uses UTG glass. Look at the hovering angle of the Mate X7. Look, going down, 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 down to here, what does this count as? Continuing down, ooh, it can still hold the angle. Look, what is this? I can go down even a little bit more. Look, that's pushing the limit right about here. The previous generation was roughly at this position. Oh, it can go down a little bit more. That's about it. Other foldable screens coming down. Oh, it can't hold it. That doesn't work either. It's roughly at this position. Oh, so the Mate X7 has a wider limit for its hovering angle. More importantly, it's about the feel of the hinge opening and closing. The Mate X7 has an active outward expansion force in the initial stage of opening, and after the midpoint, you start to feel the damping. So the sensation is that you can unfold it easily and hover stably. This is the level of the crease after using it for 7 days. The brand new Xuanwu water drop hinge, aside from flatness, also balances high reliability. So compared to the Mate X6's IPX8, it has upgraded to IP58 and IP59. It's dust resistant, water resistant, and can even withstand high temperature, high pressure water flow at 80 degrees. Meanwhile, some Android foldables don't even have dust resistance capability. So is there still a gap between the Huawei Mate X7's camera and Candy Bar flagships? Let's get a feel for it in these scenarios. What Huawei captured is almost exactly the same as what the naked eye sees. This is the second generation red maple imaging. It solves the color cast problem in scenes with multicolor temperature mixed lighting. It's really accurate. Night scene, main camera at 1x zoom. First, the Huawei has a higher brightness and the details in the shadows are clearer. Secondly, regarding the dark details on the right side of the building, look, the Huawei is brighter and it even restored the true colors of the sign below and the building itself. Apple, it's hard to comment on. Did you feel it? That is the 50 megapixel main camera, 1/1.28 inch sensor, f1.49 aperture, allowing for greater light intake. At the same time, the main camera also has a variable aperture. Next, the 3.5x telephone night scene. The iPhone is not only blurry, look, it's also a deathly gray color. And looking at this mailbox, the difference in brightness between Huawei and Apple, this is the advantage of the Mate X7's telephone lens, its f2.2 large aperture, and the RYYB sensor. So do you think there's still a gap between the Huawei Mate X7's camera and Candy Bar flagships? The biggest difference between foldable screens and Candy Bar phones is inevitably that the unfolded large screen can display more content, but prerequisite is that large screen applications must be well optimized. However, many Android foldable apps are not optimized well. For example, this app. Look, what is this? Is this really optimized? You call this optimization? Is Android really putting its heart into optimization? Then what is the point of a large screen? So this is the essential gap between HarmonyOS foldables and Android foldables. At the same time, a large screen should utilize more space to display more content. And Android foldables, can they do that? Sorry, you can only switch back and forth to view them like this. The Mate X7 introduces the A2A Intelligent Collaboration Agent, designed to execute complex tasks across third-party applications. For example, the system can process voice commands to filter and order food on platforms based on specific caloric requirements, automatically handling the selection and checkout stages. The device also integrates location services with travel applications. It has the capability to identify the user's current position and use apps to recommend and facilitate direct booking of hotels near specific landmarks such as airports. Furthermore, the system manages detailed travel logistics. It can interact with airline applications to book flights, engaging in multi-turn dialogue to clarify specific departure points and destination airports before presenting the user with finalized options. This functionality demonstrates the core of the A2A architecture, where the primary assistant Celia acts as a bridge to call upon the specific AI capabilities of third-party apps, ranging from grocery services to airlines, enabling the system to solve problems through collaborative software interaction. In terms of media management, the agent can execute precise search and retrieval commands within Huawei Video. It's capable of locating specific titles and performing bulk actions, such as simultaneously caching multiple requested episodes. The AI also facilitates lifestyle tasks, such as remote queuing for restaurants. Operating in split-screen mode, the system can locate specific branches, select table types based on party size, and set queue reminders, mimicking human interaction with the application. For For productivity and information processing, the device features on-screen content analysis. When presented with complex technical articles, the user can select specific text in split-screen mode, prompting the AI to analyze the context and provide an immediate, simplified explanation of the terminology. On the hardware side, the device supports the M-Pencil stylus via a near-link connection, which enables global annotation and handwriting functionality across the expanded display interface. The device also enhances the digital reading experience through a feature called AI Dynamic Books within Huawei Reading. By detecting the user's gaze, the system animates static illustrations, such as geographical diagrams or artistic manuscripts, transforming them into moving visuals to provide the level of immersion that physical books cannot offer. So beyond large screen app optimization, Huawei has used AI to once again elevate the experience and efficiency of the large screen. This is the benchmark. Why can't other foldables do this? Because they aren't willing to start anew. So how is the Mate X7's performance? In half an hour of Genshin Impact running around the Fontaine region, the Mate X7's average frame rate was 59.6 FPS. Complex scenes had some minor fluctuations, but it ran at practically a capped 60 FPS the entire time. Also on HarmonyOS 6, the previous generation's average frame rate was 53.2 FPS, so this generation has indeed seen a massive improvement. At the same time, power consumption averaged 4.7 watts, seeing no increase. The temperature was 39.4 degrees on the front and 42.3 degrees on the back. So while maintaining relatively low power consumption and temperature, the Mate X7's performance boost is truly significant. The original intention of a foldable screen is simply this: when unfolded, it's a large screen that increases efficiency. When folded, it offers a candy bar phone experience. I believe the Huawei Mate X7 is already very close to this goal. At the same time, this explains why the Huawei Mate X7 doesn't blindly pursue extreme thinness and lightness, because the price other extremely thin and light foldables pay is poor reliability, poor performance, poor speakers, and poor cameras. This inevitably leads to a poor comprehensive experience for the foldable. From the beginning of Huawei's production of foldable screens, the tone set was to be all-around reliable, thin, and light, and every generation has continued this legacy. I believe that moving forward, the Huawei Mate X series will definitely continue to get thinner and lighter, but all-around capability and reliability will definitely not be compromised. This is Huawei's standard, and even more, the benchmark for foldable screens. I really like foldable screens, but I exclusively admire Huawei's foldables because they can always lead the industry's direction. They can always bring me surprises in terms of product form factor and software ecosystem, constantly defining the benchmark. Wow, perhaps this is the unique joy of foldable screens, and this is above all the confidence of a leader.